What's going on, guys? CrustyKs here from the Gold Boys Network, coming to you to talk about college basketball for this Monday slate. Took the day off from Sunday. Slate wasn't that great. Honestly, the Monday slate's not that great either, but we got 3 games to talk about. We're going to jump right into it. So the first one, Minnesota traveling to Maryland. Maryland a 14.5-point favorite, 15.5-point favorite in some spots. This Minnesota team, obviously, probably like one of the worst teams in the country. Definitely the worst team in the Big Ten. If you look at them, it all runs through Dawson Garcia. Outside of him, really no consistent production. So this team really they're just not good. Playing against Maryland, obviously a team that I've backed a couple times. We've had success backing them. I want to back them here once again. It's tough to want to keep fading Minnesota because it's one of those things where it's like, you know, how many times are you going to like fade the same team over and over again because they got to cover eventually. But the way Maryland plays defense and the way this team's set up with their 2 bigs with Julian Reese and Derek Queen, I don't see Dawson Garcia having a lot of success. And if he's not having success, this Minnesota team is not scoring and they're not staying in this game. So Maryland minus the 14.5, 15.5, whatever it may be. I believe that's the right side here. I think Maryland continues to dominate on their home floor. The next one we're going to talk about, UCLA traveling to Rutgers. UCLA is a 2.5-point favorite on the road. So this team has dropped 3 straight games, if I'm not mistaken. Rutgers dropped 3 straight as well. Dylan Harper's been sick for like 2 weeks. This is a tough one because both teams are slumping. You got UCLA, who's been criticized by their coach the last 2 games now for effort, for various reasons. And then you have Rutgers, like I said, he's dealing with not really injuries, but Dylan Harper's been sick with some sort of, I believe, like some sort of like flu or something. I don't know, but just hasn't seemed like himself. He's been limited. Really hasn't been playing well when he has played. So I'm going to lean Rutgers plus 2.5 at home. When you have 2 teams who have lost 3 straight games, I don't think UCLA gets right on the road, in my opinion. Getting right and like kind of finding yourself and finding that, maybe like finding that extra motivation, I think probably happens when they get back home. With that being said, like I said, I'm going to leave this one as a lean. This will probably be the one of the 3 that I will probably not have any money on. Rutgers has been sharp like the last like 2 or 3 games, or at least in like a sharp spot. And they haven't come through, and a lot of that, like I said, is because Dylan Harper hasn't been healthy. But betting on this team and not really knowing the status of him and knowing if he's going to be, play the whole game, if he's finally actually like good to go, makes it really tough to want to back them here. So I'll leave it as a lean, Rutgers plus 2.5. Like I said, this is one of those ones where I probably just won't have any money on it. The third one we're going to talk about, and the last one, Boston College traveling to Notre Dame. So Notre Dame, they've lost, I believe, 4 straight games. Played decently well against Duke. They pretty much were getting run out of the gym until like the final 5 minutes, where they kind of came back and made it look a little more respectable. This is a really good spot for them, though, in my opinion. So laying 11.5 points here, I think that's pretty telling because it's one of those things where you see the records. Notre Dame 7-9, Boston College 9-7, and so better record team catching 11.5 points on the road. It just feels a bit telling to me. Marcus Burton's back. This Boston College team stinks. The fact they have 9 wins is actually crazy to me, but they've also played a whole bunch of, nobodies, for lack of a better term. So I like Notre Dame here. It's a pretty big number for them, but I do think they cover this one with relative ease. Like I said, with Marcus Burton, Shrewsbury, Alico, Tay Davis, there's just too many weapons on this team for Boston College to keep up. Boston College is a team that scores almost exclusively from the 2, and Notre Dame's been decent defending the paint. Definitely a lot more 3s than 2s, so I think this matchup really works out well for them because Boston College has one of the lowest 3-point rates in all of college basketball. So give me Notre Dame here, minus 11.5. I think they win this game by 20+. Like I said, though, that was it. 3 games we want to talk about. There's only like 8 games on the slate, and some of these mid-majors are nasty, so I wasn't going to waste any time with those. But we're back. Like I said, we'll have videos all week. Let's hope we can start the week off with some winners. As always, you can get all my official plays at goldboys.com. If you have a gambling problem, don't want to hurt a gambler. Thank you, guys.